nabanye.
Amasango empumelelo
Azozlam nami ngithasisele ngifane nabanye.
ngivulele amasango empumelelo
Phela nami ngifuna ukuphumelela ngifane nabanye.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to our podcast. At the moment, we don't have a name for our podcast, but we will surely come up with a name in the future. My name is Khahlisho Maraila, but most of my friends call me KG because for some reason to say Khahlisho is difficult. So, just to give a background of our podcast, so this podcast is where we talk about motherhood, fatherhood, life in general, everyday challenges. So we'll be getting different guests every day to try and question them, ask them questions about their life, their struggles, and their challenges. With me, I've got my co-host, Nompumelelo, and my guest, lovely guest, Lebogang. So yeah, Nompumelelo, over to you.
Hi guys, I'm so excited for this journey of ours starting this podcast. And as you mentioned, my name is Nompumelelo Taukubo, and I'm very excited.
Yay.
And I'm Lebogang Letsedi. I'm very excited to be here. Very honored to be the first guest because this is going to be one of the best podcasts out there.
Wow.
I'm telling you, we need to have these real conversations about motherhood and fatherhood. And yeah, let's help each other.
Yes.
Okay. So I think we'll start. There's no need to pass over. Like, let's start and get to the interview. So tell us, Lebogang, are you married?
Yes, I've been married for 6 years.
Oh, nice.
Very, very, very nice. And do you have kids?
Yes, I have 2 kids. I have a 3-year-old and a 1 year 6 months. So I have 2 boys, 2 beautiful boys.
Oh, nice,
Yeah.
nice. So I think most of the people who follow me on TikTok know that I talk mostly about motherhood, starting with like pregnancy, how they felt during their pregnancy. So I think we will start from there.
Yeah.
So tell us, like, how was tell me, what were you, like, was your baby planned? Was it something that was planned between you and your husband, or is it something that just happened?
Well, something happened for the but the first child or baby, yes, it was planned. I was at a stage where I felt like I'm ready to be a mom, and I would love to be a mom, you know. And when I consulted, I went to my gynae, and he said to me I had endometriosis.
Endometriosis.
Yes.
Yeah.
That and it was bad. From what he told me, it was really, really bad, and it that made me nervous because I was like, now I'm ready to be a mother, and then there's just something that's a problem. But by the grace of God, I'm a mother of 2 today.
So mother of 2. You seem to know about
Endometriosis.
What is? Do you know what?
So endometriosis, because I also had that. You know, so it's like your womb. You are. It's difficult for you to conceive.
Yeah.
Because your womb has like sort of like small black things.
Okay.
So it makes you to be infertile.
Okay.
So what happens is normally you go and do a procedure, and then the doctor will then take out those things that are in your womb. It's like small black things, and then after that procedure, they give you like a time frame for 2 years or so for you to conceive within that space. So I had 2 procedures of endometriosis.
Yeah.
Alright.
So I was told to get that procedure done, but I was very skeptical for some reasons, and I didn't. But he prescribed me was a certain pill prescribed me to keep it to control it. Yes, to control it, and a year later, I was holding a baby boy.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow, so meaning that it really didn't take you a long time to
It
conceive.
didn't, but I have to be honest with you, that short period felt like forever, you know, because you know, when you plan and things are not happening,
Yeah.
you get nervous. You know, you're disappointed. You are sad. You know, so yeah, it was a short period of time, but it felt like forever, honestly.
I can imagine.
Yeah.
Because, like, honestly speaking, in our culture, you know, to
Yes.
tell you the honest truth, black people's culture, having a baby, it's like they relate it to riches. So a woman has to have a baby no matter what. So I can imagine if you've got like that fear,
Yeah.
it means that you as a woman,
Yeah.
you're going to be a failure in
Yeah.
society.
But also with that, I just want to say something that it's time that, and I know a lot of people now are very much aware. It's not only a woman who cannot have.
It's true.
You know, sometimes it's not a woman. It's
The main.
it could be the seed that. Do
Yes.
you understand what I'm trying to say? So, but we are well informed now. We know better. You know, and when you see a couple, that's why I won't say a woman, but a couple, basnabana, we know that it's a combination of the two. Exactly.
Yeah. Which, like I'm gonna say, in our culture, they tend to think it's the woman who is at fault. Khanti, no. It could be the woman
other side,
or
yeah.
the man. Alright, so like then you were pregnant,
Yes.
and we all know pregnancy is not a child's
No,
play.
it's not.
Did you have morning sicknesses, or what was going
The
on?
first 3 months was very tough. I vomited almost every day.
Yeah.
I was very choosy with food. Yeah, it was, the first 3 months was tough, but after that I was fine. I was even going to the gym.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Jo, you were energetic. And the
Right.
food tasting the same way?
Let me try to remember. I think it depended with what I was eating. Certain food just felt like, nah, it doesn't taste the same.
Yeah.
Yeah, but certain ones it was okay. So I guess it just depended with the day or the mood.
Yeah.
Yeah. But I was eating.
You were eating and food
I
tasted.
mean, I was eating for 2, so
Ooh, okay. All right. So you said you had two.
yeah, I have 2 boys. Yes.
Okay. And then let's talk about the first one. The delivery.
Yes.
Was it a C-section or
Yeah.
was it natural?
was a
Or
s-
did you plan like which delivery you
Yeah.
were gonna?
So my gynae advised me that with endometriosis,
Triosis.
it might be a problem to
Conceive.
go natural, giving birth. And he said we'll try, we'll see how it goes. But it ended up being a C-section. And for me, what was important was the safety of my baby and also me.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was a C-section with both
Yeah.
kids.
So you knew right away that you were going to.
Yes.
Yes. But didn't you feel like you wanted to give birth like naturally? Because you know sometimes you want that connection or you want that feeling or that experience to bond. Because normally people say like if they give birth like naturally, there's that connection or I don't know the experience. I don't know because I've never given birth
Yeah,
naturally.
naturally.
Is it?
No,
wow.
for me, to be honest with you, at first, it really didn't matter if it was a C-section or natural.
Okay.
But the society, the influence that I was getting around me, it made me feel like, no, now I wanna, I think I wanna have natural,
Yes.
you know. But it wasn't initially how I felt.
Yeah.
For me, it was, I'm so happy I have a baby, I've
Yeah.
conceived, I'm expecting to hold my baby in my hands. But then the people around me, you know,
Yeah.
like, no,
Natural.
natural.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
also the thing of natural is that because you can conceive or give birth rather to as many children as you want. So when you do like a C-section, it limits you in some ways.
I've seen like stories of
Yes.
people who do C-section and
Yes.
have 8 babies. I don't
Really?
know how. I'm serious.
No.
I've
On
never heard.
TikTok, I promise you, and I'm like wondering how.
Yeah.
And also, I think people tend to think that a C-section is the easy way out,
No,
and
it's
it's
not.
not the case. I think both of them, the
Yes.
natural and the C-section, have their
Oh,
complications
yes,
and
yes,
advantages and disadvantages.
Yes.
So myself, I've gave birth 3 times and I gave birth naturally.
Wow.
And I'm telling you,
It's not a child's play.
it's not a child's play.
I
But
wish I could.
you wish you could, but the recovery process is much more quicker because after 2 weeks I was up and about. In fact, after giving birth,
Yeah.
I was already okay. And then so for me, for the C-section part, like what's the recovery process like?
It depends. It differs with people, honestly. And I've had people who have been negative towards people who take longer. And I feel like that's not fair. We are different, you know. And if in 2 weeks or a week you are feeling better, you're okay. For the other people, it might not be the case. For me, I think with the first child, it was a bit of a struggle for me. My body felt foreign for a very long time.
Yeah.
You know, I remember even when I was walking, Lomhlaba felt weird. I was very unbalanced, you know. But it depends. Yeah, the first child was difficult. Maybe like 2 weeks, that's when I could like feel and understand what was happening with my body. But with the second child, I think because I knew what to expect, it was way quicker and much better. Yes.
And like, what were some of the advices that you got, especially about C-section?
You mean
that you were willing to take? You know, like most of the time, I know with my mom, like she's got her way of doing things. So after giving birth, she had some advices which I didn't agree with regards to the baby, and that's what caused a bit of a discomfort. Or let me put it like this: did you go home after giving birth?
Definitely. And ladies, that's very important. Ladies and gents, that's very important. You know, certain things that our elders do, they don't make sense until you are in that situation. With most of them, you know the
postpartum. I want us to talk about that because that's a very
I'm not sure, but I think the concept of going home to your mom, your aunt, that support, you know, it's very important. Because when you come back, KG and Bumi, you don't know what's happening. One day you're just crying, you are in pain, you know, the baby is crying, you don't even know you don't know what to do. At least mama is there, at least auntie is there to say, you know what, go take a nap, I'll bath the baby, I'll feed the baby, or I'll sit with the baby. So I did go home for 3 months.
Oh my goodness, this person is really applying for
No, I did, and I really needed it. And my husband also understood, and I think because we used to it. But also we realized this is very important. With my second child, I also went. It was just for 2 weeks. You know, because I know. Yes.
Like you are now the professor.
Not really. I still don't know what I'm doing even today.
Okay.
But yeah, I did go home because I really needed that help. And but when they say go home, they know what they're doing. Yes, you need to go home. You need to get that help. You need to get that support. Yes.
Okay. So the reason why I was asking about going home is that, you know, traditionally, like how my mom, when like a newborn comes into this world, there are certain rituals or that they do to the baby that maybe you don't agree with. You don't want your baby to go through this. Was it a case with you?
That was not the case. But can I just say this? After 6 months with my first child, I was in tears.
Oh, wow.
Why? Because I realized that the best doctor for your child is your mother.
I promise you.
So there were no rituals done, like cutting off the hair or the what do they call it?
Umbilical cord.
And all those things.
If I touch umbilical cord, I don't know what they did with it. And also, I think it's a bit of a sensitive topic. It's a topic for another day. But Mina, I made a decision that I'm gonna take the advice of my elders. So it wasn't really a ritual as such. No, I wouldn't say it was a ritual. No.
So actually, you got along, no disagreement. Because I had some challenges, not necessarily on ritual, because you know, 2 women in one house can be a challenge. Especially like once you move out, you get used to doing certain things your own way. So now when your mom comes and says, do this, you feel like you're no longer a child. But other than that, everything was smooth. I just found that there were a bit of challenges here and there. And I must say, after giving birth to my firstborn, I really started looking like at my mom in a different angle.
Yes.
More of like admiration.
Yeah.
Like I really I
Yeah.
couldn't believe like this is what she went through
Yes.
with 4 kids
Yes.
and
Yes.
everything. So it was a sort of like a different relationship with her and more closer. So you talked about postpartum, ne? Did your baby cry a lot?
The first month, yes. He was crying a lot, and thank God to my mom. My mom explained to me, he's in a foreign land. He doesn't know what's happening
Yes.
around. He's trying to adjust.
Yeah.
You'll see after a month, after 2 months, he's going to be better. Uzoba more, more calm, and that's exactly what happened. But in general,
Yeah.
he was a sweetheart.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
Angel, yeah.
Oh, you were
That's
lucky.
nice.
You were lucky, really. And were you breastfeeding?
Yes.
Up until how long?
Mm.
How long?
So I breastfeeded my first one up until 1 year 6 months.
1 year, 6
I'm
months.
still
Nice.
breastfeeding my 1 year 6 months.
Yes. So now you're gonna breastfeed this one for what, 3 years?
Never.
Yeah.
Never. I don't know. I've tried to take him out, but
Yeah.
I also enjoy and love breastfeeding.
Is
I
it?
just love the bond that we have with
Yes.
my boys.
Really?
Yeah, I love it.
I
know
know,
it's
like
weird.
for me, breastfeeding like was a bit of a
Yeah.
challenge.
Yeah.
Sore nipples.
Yeah.
Like I don't know. You know
Yeah.
what? I think because most of like when I give birth, I go through postpartum, so I really do struggle with
Okay.
with breastfeeding.
So
But I
also-
do have a lot of milk. That I know
Okay.
for sure. And then so breastfeeding and C-section is it not like a bit difficult?
At first, it was.
Mm.
You know what? With my first child and my second child, it was different. I
Yeah.
wanted to. With my first child, it was difficult.
Yeah.
My nipples were sore,
yeah.
and
Yes.
having pains of
Yeah.
the operation and all that. But after some time, it got better.
Yeah.
With my second one, it was way better.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, because I also had with my first one,
Mm.
I had so much milk, but
Yeah.
I gave birth at a private hospital, so they take the child.
Yeah.
So they took my baby for quite some time,
Yeah.
and then my milk got full,
Yeah.
and I had to put cabbage. and
Oh,
all of
cabbage.
those
Yeah.
things.
Yeah.
And cause my breast, and then so my daughter, because I was stressed
Yeah.
when I was breastfeeding,
Yeah.
I only breastfed for 13 weeks.
Yeah.
Not even, no, I'm lying, 13 days.
Mm.
13 days because I was not relaxed. It was so, it was
Yeah.
painful.
I think that's one.
So she could sense that and
Mm.
couldn't like enjoy.
Yeah.
And then she just stopped. And my mother was like, no, man,
Mhm.
don't feed her. She's going to be hungry.
Yeah.
And then when you give her, she's
Yeah.
going to, nothing.
Mm.
But my second one,
Yeah.
I breastfeed. And my last
Yeah.
one, yes, we just roll with
It
it.
differs.
It differs from yes.
So what would you like? You talked about stress and stuff. So what would you advice would you give to a mother about breastfeeding and stress?
Yes.
What should they like?
Especially for their firstborn, I would say if in that period
Mm.
you try to be calm
Mm.
and maybe
How?
like
It's so
try
easy
to
to say.
and I was sorry to
Mm.
deviate a little bit. I
Mm.
was giving advice to a friend of mine. She
Mm.
took a child
Mm.
to the mall for the first time.
Mm.
So she was so nervous about going to the mall, the baby's gonna cry, and I was like to her, you know what, just be calm,
Mm.
breathe,
Mm.
because if you are gonna like be anxious
Mm.
or stressed,
Mm.
your baby's gonna sense it and then
Yeah,
she's
it's very
gonna
true.
cry.
Yeah.
So what I'm saying is with breastfeeding,
Mm.
when it's your first and it's a C-section, like in my case,
Mm.
try to breathe in, like take your breaths and breathe out,
Yeah.
and try to be zen.
Mm.
And if you can, maybe whatever that works for you. They say maybe having lavender or candles or maybe some calm music
Mm,
that you
mm.
can download so that you can be relaxed and your
Yeah.
body can relax. So that's the advice or tip
Yeah.
I would give for
for someone.
someone who's their firstborn
Yeah.
and who's had a C-section.
Yeah.
And don't shy away from asking for help.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't even be embarrassed.
No.
Because there's this term called colic. They call
Yes.
it like colic babies. So, like even now I don't understand like what causes colic, and I've even asked doctors what causes colic, because a colic baby like cries for everything. After feeding, the baby will cry. So even till date, I don't know what causes a baby to.
Yeah.
Is it because maybe like your baby senses your
your
anxiousness, your postpartum. Because for me, like I said, after giving birth, I go through all the time, like I become depressed. Yeah.
I heard about colic, from one of the nurses. They say there's something, I don't know what caused it, but they say there's something in your baby's lung that didn't, it's like something that should have went like this, and then it went like that. So that thing causes the baby, I don't know, I forgot the name, but it's that thing that causes the baby to cry and cry. But as time goes on, like after 4 months or so, the baby will be fine, because then whatever it is in the lungs, I'm not sure, but that's what I've heard about colic babies.
The babies, and also like they become like gassy. What I've noticed is like with my babies, they become so gassy, like it's like there's something that is painful in their stomach. When they cry like that, then they start farting left and so I would ask myself, is it in the breast, is it in the milk that because I was breastfeeding, or what was going on? But when I went to a pediatrician, she was like, breast milk is perfect for your baby, so don't even stop breastfeeding. It's the way to go. So like postpartum, I like, do you guys have advices, or you Lebo, do you know what is postpartum, and do you have advices for people who might go through postpartum, as to what should they do? Like,
shout when you need help.
I'm
going to stress that out. Shout when you need help. If mom is late, she's no longer around, ask aunt, ask your sister. You need that help.
So one question I want to say, there's a lady out there maybe who is a first time mom, pregnant, and probably is like, you know what, I'm gonna do this with my husband. I'm going to, after giving birth, I'm not going home. It's me and my husband. Like, you know how they show on TV that this is how being pregnant it's like, and this is how motherhood it's like. What they'll show, it's a lady pregnant and glowing. The next thing, at least, and then the next thing gives birth to the baby, and then there they are, the baby sleeping in the cot peacefully. So what advice would
Even
you?
if it's coming from your husband, you need that support structure. That's what matters.
My advice is go home. Serious, you need support from your mom, or more support, because like generally it will be you and your husband. You don't know what is going on. You won't know how to handle stuff. So I think the best
is, and say for instance you don't have a home, maybe you don't have, and it's you and your husband, as you said, ask for help from your friends, from maybe your colleagues, and because you really need that, you need that support, so that is very, very important.
I definitely agree. So do you believe in baby showers, or are you superstitious?
And what do they do these days?
Gender reveal.
Yes.
It doesn't really matter. My first baby, I had one. The second one, I didn't want it.
Why?
I don't know. I just didn't want it. The second one, And this thing of planning baby showers, there's drama in those WhatsApp groups. After the baby shower, you hear that, and so was there. So I'm like, hey guys, if you want it, it's fine. If you don't want it, it doesn't matter for me.
And
I think we shouldn't be stressed. We shouldn't be stressing ourselves about baby showers. There's far more important things.
It's very true.
Do you understand? Because I see with other people, it's not a matter of she wants to celebrate. It's a matter of I want to post. So that is not priority.
Exactly.
Do you understand? Let's not mix the priorities, and you end up being depressed because you didn't have a baby shower.
Exactly. And some also they do it because they want to have gifts. And
really,
but I understand that when you do host a baby shower, it's for to help you, with the baby. So I think in that regard, it's very good. But what you're saying is true, because now you want to post, you want to show. It's not really about the core, because the core for a baby shower, for me personally, is to get the gifts to help me, But now these days, there's also this thing which I like, sip and see. So you come and see the baby after the baby's born. So I had that with my last born. I've got 3 kids. So after a couple of 2 months, because I didn't have a baby shower, like with my previous 2, and then after 2 or 3 months, people came over, they saw the baby and with the gifts.
Lebo, is having a baby exactly what you imagined?
No. No. What I thought, it was more influenced by magazines,
Oh yeah,
TV,
I know.
social media, and
Reality
sometimes
shows.
reality shows.
Yeah.
Most of the time, I look like a mess. Not screaming, but I'm all over running after these two little people.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it's really real.
So can you imagine your life without like having those two cuties?
Without
Yeah.
no,
Never.
I love them so much. They
Yeah.
make me so happy. They've changed me. You know, I look at life differently now. Yeah, kids will really
Yes.
they teach you a lot. Yeah.
I remember you said this morning that when your little one was in the bath,
Yes.
and then you looked at him and like, oh, he's so cute.
And you can't believe that cuteness is
Oh,
from you.
You're like, where? God is so good.
Yeah,
Yo,
God
God
is-
is star, honestly.
Yeah.
Amen.
You know, I look at that, I'm like, wow,
Yeah.
Yeah.
amazing.
Yeah, as much as we love those babies, like the baby fat guys, let's talk about the gaining of the weight, which we struggle with.
Yeah.
So what are some of the tips that you've done that works?
I only started going to the gym like proper this year. Trust
Yeah,
me.
yeah.
I only started losing the baby fat proper this year. For the past 3 years, it's been a struggle.
I
Honestly.
promise
But
you.
for me, I didn't mind.
Yeah,
It wasn't a problem for me.
yeah,
And I loved it.
Yeah.
I liked it, and I just decided this year that, you know what, I need to really do something
do
about.
something about it.
Yeah.
And I know that obviously, I know you don't like to talk about your Instagram. You are like so ashamed. You like it's so small, but honestly, now I'm really inspired by it. It's something that can motivate like mothers out there.
Yeah.
So like really tell us about your Instagram. What's your
No, there's really nothing there. I just post my sessions, you
Yeah.
know, and
Nice.
my captions, it's just, let's keep pushing queens, you know.
Yeah.
It doesn't really have to be gym.
Yeah.
If you like taking walks,
Yeah.
if you like dancing to music,
Mm.
you know, changing that diet a bit,
Mm.
you know, it's just those small things that make you also happy.
Yeah.
Yeah, so posting on Instagram just started off as, I just want to show my friends and my family and
Yeah.
people around me that it's doable, it's
Yeah.
possible, and I love going to the gym, so
Mm.
why not share it?
Yeah.
Yeah.
And what's your Instagram? I know you're avoiding that question.
But if you're comfortable to share,
Yeah.
if you're comfortable.
Like, you know,
Okay,
you
so
never know, you might inspire like a mother out there to, you know.
Yeah.
To start
Yeah.
exercising
yeah,
and doing
it's Lebu MM09.
Oh.
Yeah.
So it's Lebu
M09, yeah.
Mm.
Lebogang Letsedi.
So it's only Instagram, no TikTok,
I'm not there yet.
Twitter,
I'm
Facebook.
not there yet because
Oh,
when I initially posted about the gym, I was just posting for fun and
Yeah.
to share my journey with my friends, and it
And-
wasn't really for content, yeah, already fitness bunny or what.
Yeah,
no.
yeah.
You know, yeah.
Okay, yeah. One last thing that I wanted to share, which I don't know, it might make me look like I'm some kind of a stupid idiot. But one thing I experienced after giving birth, I didn't realize that I thought you are pregnant, your stomach is this big.
Yes.
After giving birth, immediately my stomach becomes so flat. So I promise you, with my first, I gave birth. After giving birth, I'm like, why is my stomach still so big? It's soft, but why is it so big?
Yes.
And they were like, it has to be this big. That's how it is. It literally, I looked like I was still
Yeah.
pregnant.
I screamed the first time I saw myself in the mirror.
Yeah.
So, you know, at Gogo's house, you'll be locked in a room. You know that behavior. You
Yes.
must sit in a bedroom for
Yeah.
like a week.
Yes.
And I didn't have a mirror in my bed, a long mirror to see what was happening. So I can see that now the stomach is still big, but I'm thinking, no, maybe it's just me.
Yeah.
Hey, I walk outside, I look in the mirror, I'm like, who's this?
Same reaction with me as well. I'm
You're so
telling you.
funny.
I know, like I don't know why they don't tell us.
You know?
I think it's these movies that we watch and
Yeah.
then people like give birth and when they come out, they are looking all so nice and sexy, and But genuinely, like, losing weight as a mother, it takes time. So I don't think people should really be so hard on themselves. I mean, with me, I'm still struggling to lose weight. I mean, my baby's like 1 year, 6 months. So I don't think we should really be putting ourselves.
It differs with people. Like
our bodies are not the same.
Yeah. I mean, you brought a whole human being into this world. So I think we should stop putting ourselves under pressure, and we should stop as women also judging or putting other women under pressure to say they must lose weight. Yeah, and then one last thing, any advice that you would like to give to mothers out there, or someone who is pregnant, or someone who has given birth?
You are beautiful. You are an amazing mom. You are doing very well. Well done.
Yeah. Already, I think that's really good advice. And you, Mpumelelo?
So for me, I say try to enjoy the journey, and enjoy it, ask for help, and enjoy your journey.
Yeah,
because it's a very exciting journey.
Enjoy every moment of it. It is going to be challenging, but at the end of the day, it's going to be worth it.
Yes.
Wow. Okay. Thank you so much, Lebogang, for coming.
Pleasure.
Yes. Thank you so much.
Yeah. That
Our first guest.
Our first guest, really. I know there were so many challenges. You had to wait for about 5 hours.
It's okay.
But we start somewhere. And to everyone out there watching, thank you for watching, and we'll see you next time.